Hey you guys, designers, artists, creators, everyone who's watching, welcome back to our little studio. My name is Laszlo, you are watching DMB's channel, and today we're gonna do something quote-unquote trendy. It has been a bit of a trend within the YouTube graphic designer circles to redesign famous, popular logo marks. And I have to admit, for a long time I didn't quite understand the appeal of doing that, for two main reasons really. One, did anyone ask me to do this piece of work? No. 2. Is it realistic to assume that brand reps would watch my video and get in contact with me in order to collaborate? Also no. The thing is, big brands don't need help. If they are selling, they're not gonna care about what their logo looks like. It's as simple as that. And that was the main reason why I never really felt like I should spend time doing this. But then something changed, something dawned on me. I don't have to take this that seriously, do I? The whole idea is that it's just a fun video about adhering to other people's guidelines. I do a lot of branding work, but oftentimes I have to actually adhere to other people's stylescapes, and for that I think something like this is the perfect exercise. That being said, let's jump in and design a new version of this logo, the Ferrari emblem. Okay, first of all, I chose a brand that I don't have much emotional connection to. Most of you don't know me that well, so you have to believe me when I say I am not a car guy. I don't know the first thing about cars. I just looked around hunting for a good brand to work with, and upon seeing Ferrari I had a feeling that they haven't uploaded their logo for quite some time. And I was right, this current version has been in place since 2002. Now, doing some research on the brand, I started to understand that the traditional, old-fashioned look of this logo mark is somewhat intentional. This prancing horse has been on the emblem for decades. It's originated back as the lucky charm of this Italian World War I pilot, whose family gave their blessing to Enzo Ferrari, using the graphic in his brand. I have a feeling that Italians are big on their traditions, aren't they? The food, the people, this whole vintage Western Europe oftentimes gives out this timeless vibe, that things are perfect the way they are, so why change? Maybe I shouldn't do this brand at all. Anyway, I like a challenge, which is also shown in the fact that I chose a brand with a horse as their logo. You know, there is this little in-joke in the art community: if you can, avoid projects that involve drawing children or horses. These two things are incredibly difficult proportions to draw out. The bone structure of a horse is so complex it almost never looks entirely realistic on a two-dimensional scape. So it took me quite a while to get the hang of what I'm doing. Basically, I wanted to create a simplified version of this logo mark, essentially backing it up with the fact that modern design is simple and legible, as well as referencing back the visual shape language of medieval crests in a way as well, which is very traditional, so this sort of past meets future kind of vibe is what we're going for here. Now, once I had the idea, I opened up Illustrator and brought in some imagery. I also have added the Ferrari colors to my swatches first before drawing out anything. Then started building up a grid based on the original logo first. I did this to keep the proportions of the horse. So I just roughly outlined the logo with some straight lines, then I wanted to translate these lines onto my best hand-drawn sketch. Ferrari is a solid field logo mark without line work, which I was not intending to change, so once I was happy with my basic shape, I filled it all with black, and then I started pushing the design a bit further. I wanted to see what happens if I keep some of the curviness of the original to some extent. You know, keeping everything angular would be just way off brand. So I thought I would have to mix my straight lines with some curvature, just like how actual Ferraris look. The horse's mane was a big challenge. I wanted to essentially show some of it, but without overcomplicating the composition, which was no easy task. I also wanted to see what happens if I bring back these little white lines into the mark, although I was like 99% sure that I would eventually drop these because this is exactly what makes the logo a bit old-fashioned in my opinion. Then I played around with this idea of having some extra lines outside the horse to fill out these visual gaps left behind by taking away the white line word details. I wanted to choose a brand for my redesign project that has not really been done millions of times before, and weirdly I have not seen any Ferrari concepts online at all. I guess maybe they have somewhat lost their cool brand status in today's digitally native brand landscape. In 2020, the biggest brands are the ones that are either fully digital, as in they provide an online service rather than make physical products, like Netflix or Spotify. Or the other bracket of cool brands are the ones that are keeping with the times of changing consumer behavior. Ethical shopping, renewable energy, that kind of direction. I reckon Tesla is the only quote-unquote cool car brand today, isn't it? Actually, does Ferrari have an electric car? Let's just Google it, shall we? Okay. Here we are in Google. Oh, look at that. This is the first question that comes up if you put the term "Does Ferrari" into Google. Now that tells you what the people want, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, they have a hybrid. They have a plug-in car, but it's not fully electric. Come on, Ferrari. You can do better than that. Not like they are in trouble. In fact, they seem to be selling more and more if you look at this yearly sales chart. Mind you, this article states that the prices are coming down. In America, they seem to be doing a bit worse than in Europe, okay. See, that's an ever-changing thing about socio-economics as well. When I was a kid in the 90s, Ferraris were all what the other kids were raving about, right? Because that's what all the super rich people at the time were buying. And that has a lot to do with the fact that all the super rich people when I was growing up were mostly men in their 50s. Today's statistics show that the super rich demographics are built up differently though. More women are becoming wealthy than ever before. Asia is producing more rich people than ever before, not to mention the digital revolution. You know, bloggers, YouTubers, influencers and the likes. These people are pushing the age of the millionaires down. People in their 30s, 20s, even late teens can get into very high status these days. These are all factors that any brand's fate is heavily dependent on. Now once I was happy with my shape, I started working out the actual emblem. First I recreated the original one, then since I had all the parts manually made, I started to deconstruct it and see what happens if I change things around. I really wanted to have the Italian flag presented in the actual way, horizontally, but I tried lots of directions here. I changed up the emblem shape, played with proportions quite a lot. I even brought back the idea of the white detail lines for some versions. I wanted to update the font as well, but again, in a respectful manner, heavily resembling the original one. I went with Robotos Lab as the base font, which is quite similar, although somewhat rounder, therefore it's easier to read. Again, at this point I had quite a few directions I could take this, so I started mixing some of my favorite elements to see what will happen. Then I thought maybe, just maybe, I'll modify the colors as well a little bit and throw in some textures and gradients layers. This was the point where the design began to stop relying on the old one and started to take its own shape. I brought in my design to Photoshop. I thought here I could customize my elements as layers in a more unique, more effective way. I used some embossing techniques, some blurs, a little shine to make this into a more three-dimensional looking piece. Ferraris oftentimes have a chrome emblem as well beside this rectangular logo mark, so I have made that version as well quickly with a few embossing settings in Photoshop, and there you go. Finito! Guys, this has been great fun. I really hope that you enjoyed watching me designing my way through this brand. What I really hope is that it somewhat helped you understand my way of approaching other people's work, essentially. How to take very strict guidelines and create something new with it. While you're still watching, I also want to take the opportunity to thank all of you guys for watching, liking and subscribing. Since we are still at the beginning stages of our YouTube journey, every little like, comment and subscribe makes us smile. It makes this whole thing worthwhile. All of those little things really make a difference for us, and for that I salute you. Please join our little design tribe if you enjoy our content and you want to see more videos about branding, graphic design, interiors, architecture, general art tips, that kind of stuff. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!